Me and Aulric riding together. Anyway, this is the first sport bike ride he and I have done together. And, I mean, we did that one when we did the review of my Ducati, when he did the review of my Ducati, more like, which he absolutely hated. Yeah, this is going to be a new thing for the channel, just because the channel is about bikes. The channel is about motorcycles. It's never going to be about me. It's never going to be me just telling you, like, oh man, my job sucks, and venting to you and all that stuff. I just want this channel to be about motorcycles and the adventure. You know, I may vent to you every now and then about a particular thing, and you guys may give me advice, but for the most part, I just want it to be about the bikes and never about me as an individual, just me as a rider. I'm not a Marc Marquez fan, even though I'm on Honda and I'm wearing a Shoei X14. I don't really like him a heck of a lot. I don't really like some of the things that he's been doing to the sport. I'm a die-hard MotoGP fan. I've been watching that since 2002. I was born in 1989, by the way, so really quite soon I'm going to be 28 years old. And that's how right now I have 4 motorcycles. My Ducati Panigale, which I am selling. If you are interested in buying that, I would actually prefer it goes out of state so I never see it again, because seeing somebody else ride around town on it would be really hard. If you are interested in buying that, then just get in contact with me and I'll see what I can do for getting you information and more pictures. And, you know, I think shipping the bike, obviously you would pay for the shipping, but that's something that can be done. And it's a wonderful bike, and it is spick and span and clean. It just is a Ducati, and they're a little more hard to ride in town than your average Japanese sport bike. How about that for some power? That was maybe 3/4 throttle. It's mean, man. This bike is real mean. My Ducati was something else, but I don't know. This has got to be faster. It's another 100 cc's bigger. I do have a Senna headset, but these race helmets, the pockets are too small, so I won't be able to fit that in here. Alright, that was a pretty clear victory for me. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea how much Aulric weighs, but I only weigh 140 pounds. I'm 5'6" and quite lean. I got a pretty fast metabolism, so don't think that that's necessarily an accurate representation of what's going to happen in a sport bike race between a 2014 GSX-R 1000 to an old 2008 CBR. And to be honest, I think it might be geared down a little bit. I'm gonna have to count the teeth. People, comment down below if you can, if you know what the stock tooth is for the front and the rear of a CBR 1000 2008. And I'll start counting them and we'll see if it's stock. It does have a speedometer healer, so you know it probably is geared. I don't know. And again, I probably have, he's got a big vest on. He's by no means overweight, but I do weigh less than him. He's also a lot taller than I am. So I probably have 20 or 25 pounds on him. And that is a lot when you're talking pure horsepower numbers here. Aulric's having some bike gremlins. We gotta figure those out. See if this is a big issue. I guess his map is being dumb. It's giving him codes and it won't even try to bring the front end up when you smash it in second gear. I would think a 2015 1000 is capable of that pretty easily. Here's your race position laying on top of the tank. I wonder how good that visibility is for the camera. I'm going to leave this in pretty much whether it's crappy or not, but just so you all know that there's going to be a sacrifice when there's somebody as small as me when I'm riding sitting up like this and the visibility is good, but when I'm tucked in, it's probably going to be pretty poopy. You're probably able to see this all really, really well though. So here is some more rural North Dakota. Anybody that's been following my channel has just seen the south side of the Mandan-Bismarck area out there by Fort Lincoln National Park. This is on the north side. Those are some pretty cool plateaus out there. It'd be really cool to try to get the Sherco up one of those. I think it's pretty. If you don't think that's pretty, then you can go fuck yourself. It's boring, you know, in a special way, but you know, there has something to be said about a lack of features that is beautiful in its own way. Like this bike. It's just a run-of-the-mill Japanese bike. It's not a special trim, it's not a special anything other than it's mine. I got a funny story for you, actually. If you watch the part 2 of my dirt biking in an abandoned ski resort video, at the very end of that video, you'll hear me say turkeys are shit or something like that. Turkeys suck. And the reason for that is that I've almost been killed on my motorcycle by turkeys probably 4 or 5 different times. And the very worst time was actually on this road. I was on it with my Ducati. And, you know, there's a lot of these hills where you kind of come down, then you go back up, and you're just able to see the top of the next hill. Well, it was a hot day, and I was riding down in one of these valleys, and I could see the top of where I was going. You should be always looking ahead, right? And I thought it was a mirage. It may have actually been this hill. I thought it was a mirage at the top of that hill, but it wasn't. It was actually, without over-exaggerating, like 16 turkeys in the road. And I was going about 90 miles an hour, and they didn't move. You know, front and rear ABS on that Ducati locked up. I came to a screeching halt as quick as I could, and I probably stopped within about 10-15 feet of them, and they just looked at me like, "What's up?" and slowly walked across the road. They didn't give a fuck, man. They didn't give a fuck. They would have totally let me hit them and all their babies, and it would have just been fine for them. And I would have died probably a pretty bad death. Yes, I had my gear on then, my full gear, but nonetheless, I mean, you don't survive something like that on an entirely plastic 400-pound motorcycle. So turkeys really suck. Turkeys have tried to kill me many times. That's just one of the stories on this road, weirdly enough. The reason why I do many more dirt biking videos over sport bike videos, I've always had a sport bike, really, but I just can't make them as entertaining. You know, I can have an adventure on a dirt bike, I can go places I'm not supposed to, I can crash, I can fall, I can do all these, you know, entertaining things. But on a sport bike, you know, like, wow, you did such a good job going down that street. You know, there's no reward in that, whereas it can be like, you did a really good job getting up that gnarly ass hill on your dirt bike. There's a different sense of accomplishment, and a different, like, there's a different viewer entertainment. And you know, the sport bike moto vlogging is really what started it all, I think. And like I said, I just don't want this to be about me. I don't want to tell you a bunch of personal things about me. I'm not hiding my face. I've just never had the opportunity to really show it and not have it seem forced and weird. But on a sport bike, I think it takes like a real trip. It takes a real effort to make the video something different. That's not just somebody riding along talking about stupid stuff that a lot of you probably don't care about. Like Aulric went to the Badlands, and that was a pretty cool video. You know, I enjoyed watching that one. He got stormed on. I think a rain video would be a good one to make, if it ever does. Ladies and gentlemen, this might be the stupidest thing I've ever done. What a bad influence this guy is sometimes. This is the problem with sport bikes, to be honest with you. For whatever reason, you just gotta keep pushing them and pushing them. You know, it's addictive, and I understand absolutely why we're doing this now, but ladies and gentlemen, I have the faster bike. That is the end of that. I'm sorry I'm yelling at you. That's a lot of adrenaline. 150 miles an hour is no joke. And I think it maybe even flashed 153. I don't know. I'm very sorry if the camera angle is absolute shite. I want a drink. I want a beer. I don't care if it's a fucking PBR. My preferred beer is Guinness. I absolutely love that. I drink that like a fish. This is turning into a big adventure. I just meant for this to be a kind of a quick vlog with my buddy Aulric. My right leg is cramping. I need to get a chiropractor appointment. One other thing about me is that right now I am nursing a wounded shoulder. I tore my shoulder blade, let's see here, about 4 years ago. And it turned into a really big deal for physical therapy and everything, and it didn't need surgery at the time, but because your shoulder blade is a floating bone, apparently my deltoid, my exterior, the one in my back, has nothing to pull against. Yeah, that looks like a bar. Has nothing to pull against. It just floats, so that muscle has atrophied. And so my grip strength this way, my arm strength pulling this way is like less than 3 pounds. My arm is absolutely shit. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now in Wilton, North Dakota. Whoa, that bird got close. We are in Wilton, North Dakota, and we are looking for a bar that I haven't been to in probably 5 years, really. And oddly enough, the last time I was here, I was on my 2005 Yamaha R6, and we actually left because there was a gnarly storm coming there too. But it's somewhere on the rim of this town, and I'm trying to remember where. I'm just gonna guess it's over this way. How are you today? Good. This is a sweet bar. What did I drink the last time I was here? I don't even think I drank anything. Oh, sweet! It's been easily half a decade since I've been here. Alright people, we are leaving Wilton, North Dakota after having a bottle of PBR. I didn't even know that shit came in bottles. Aulric's got to shoot home. He's having some a family thing. Nobody's fighting or anything. It's just something that is a little more pressing for him. Plus, this storm is getting closer every single minute. Yeah, anyway, I hope you guys like my 2008 CBR1000RR. And if you have any recommendations for next video, then go ahead and put it in the comments down below. If you have any particular questions, you know, hit me up. And I'm very, very small channel right now, so I can guarantee that I will respond to you. And like and subscribe to me. I've only got like 7 people, and I'm trying to make my channel better and better and better. And the only way it can really get better is with feedback from my viewers. I want to know what you guys want to see. Like I said, I like to do a lot of dirt bike stuff just because there's more to do, you know. It's more of an adventure then. This is just small town stuff. So I'm Bad Company, and thank you for watching. Have a good time.